Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michael Lucera. I am director for the group Rock Studios for our film The Last Call. Today, here with me is Frank Diaz, director of cinematography. How you doing, Frank?
It's always a
Today we're going to
pleasure.
be this. Oh, sorry about that. Today we're going to be discussing CCR number one.
Yes.
How does your product use to challenge conventions, and how does it represent social groups or issues? Go for it.
Okay, so it is important to start with the fact that we are our film, The Last Call, was a sports drama movie. It has its own set of pre-established notions, conventions, uh, angles, all sorts of things that are predominantly or frequently seen across the genre. Movies such as Rocky, Remember the Titans, the the obviously the one we look at the most, the level, the rising intensity between because of the stakes. For example, in Remember Titans, the the high schoolers had to deal with the problem of segregation or integrating blacks and whites, and their victory going game to game, the loss between the crash and all that stuff, and also the shots, not only the shots but the emotions, the mise en scène made it appealed to our characters as soon as they watched it. It was very good. So drawing inspiration from a movie such as this, um, we decided obviously there was to be two characters, the antagonistic force and the protagonist who we were supposed to cheer on. We used color theory along with this. We had a character who wore blue flags to signify the heroism, and the other one would wear red flags to show villainy. So something such as simple as this are us appealing to the convention that along with of the color theory, um, red bad, blue good to convey to our audience. Also, the coach whom I played, um, wearing the color he was wearing navy clothing, and this was done to show the his authority, and with along with the glasses, the whiteboard. This all established a picture to the audience, of that he was a step above these young men, and that tenacity, um, that he had he was a, a force of authority in the shot. Moreover, we have we have a shot where there's a three shot. All three are there's a medium angle. All three are featured, and the coach looks to be looking towards these two characters, and he appears to be in the middle where the power is centered. So that's the stereotype. Also, the coach had an overcoat, North Carolina overcoat, to show his authority. Um,
Okay.
also,
Scout from North Carolina.
yeah, the not the coach, sorry, the scout, which we transitioned into. Um, so we mostly did not challenge any of these conventions. We went for these conventions that are prevalent in sports genre movies. Um, moreover, um, in terms of representing issues in our movie, we represented the issue of the interactions between a coach and his, or sorry, between someone like a hierarchy, the hierarchical
Yeah.
or the problems within a hierarchy. Um, the subjects, which are the athletes, um, are fighting for power. Um, and this coach is a or sorry, the scout is the one that has all the power, but he's the one offering this chance. And so these two characters fighting is the central focus of our movie. And through this, most of the drama and tension is achieved. Therefore, it is this issue that we're representing. Another issue that we're representing is the sports clash, um, a clash between two forces in a sport, whether it be two teams. In this one, is two subjects, two different athletes vying for glory. Glory is something everyone wants. nothing different in this film. And here they clash, and it culminates in this injury. So it is this injury that obviously many have, or the injury convention is also very popular in sports drama too, in which they show the injury, and then this is the moment of fall to then transition to the moment, the rising, the gradual rising to when we then see the culmination of all this hard work from the injury to the progress to victory, glory. We all want. And our movie is no different. Though it is 2 minutes, it is up to the audience to really expect a very eventual comeback from our protagonist. So yeah, um, that could be seen. That is another issue that we decided to touch up on. And yeah, we went through with these conventions that are very typical of other movies and made our own versions of them. Also, the issue, looking back at this issue of injury, um, the problem with the physical and mental barriers that they have to go through are also something that we try to represent in our movie. Um, through the low and high angles, um, that we could see through the facial expressions his pain, the suffering. It's like a it's like an early insight into what could go on inside their brain. Many athletes they're all it's one of the more difficult phases of their experiences as athletes. They're going through they could go through depression, all that difficult stuff, and we wanted to encapsulate this in our movie, maybe give some insight, represent this difficult phase in many athletes' bright young lives.
I see.
That is all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that, Frank.
I appreciate that.
Watch
Watch
the
the
movie.
movie.
It's really